like I played the lottery a couple times when I was young. Thank God I didn't win it. Thank God I didn't win it. Thank God. Like people don't know. Like you shouldn't get a lot of money when you're young. Like and you shouldn't get money easy. It's like you want to be working. Work and reward. You want reward for your work. But I'm a person that when I get reward for my work, I like to be generous. I like to spread it around, but I also like to have fun. And I feel like you're not around for very long. You don't. Life does not. I'm 55 years old. If I'm halfway there, it's amazing. That means I did something incredible. I passed the life expectancies of the vast majority of the human race. So, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to not do the things that I really love to do and I enjoy? Like, what? It's like why would I hang out with someone I don't like?
Yeah.
There's so many people I like. There's like so many great people that I could just have conversations with and chill. Why would I hang out with someone I don't like? I don't want any of that in my life. I want fun. I like fun.
It's an interesting balance. I mean, essentially, people are trading their time for money.
Yeah.
Time that they could have been doing other things that they wanted to do. But I remember, I turned 46 this year, so you got 10 more laps around the sun on me.
Look at you, sweetie. You look like you're 30 years old.
That's
imagine all the stress that you've been through, and you look so good. You got some good genes, son.
I think it's because I don't pay attention sometimes.
I
and
think
just
that
let
helps.
shit just fucking go.
I think that helps.
It's,
I really do think that helps.
Yeah. I try to not take too many things too seriously. Don't get me wrong. I can get stressed out like a motherfucker.
Sure.
But I remember being younger and I thought that getting money, I need X amount. I don't remember what that dollar amount was when I was young. It's probably $1,000, but it was about getting money. Now I look at it, my dad's getting ready to move to Montana. He just sold his house in Santa Cruz. They're starting that process. And we've had conversations about money and, what he made on the house, what he's going to do with it. And my theory in talking with him is, if I were you, I would try to arrive at the end
broke.
That last check for $5, bounce that fucker.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, at some point in your life, if you can't flip the perspective and go, hey, I have spent so much of my time working for other people, likely, because very few people work for themselves comparatively. If I what's the point of this treasure chest if you can't go and at least do something that you want to do?
Yeah, for sure. That's what you should be doing with your life if you can. And you really should avoid working for other people if you can. It's
easier said than done.
Especially
when you're young.
Yeah, very hard. Very hard. But it's also it's all the steps you take, right? Because most of the steps that people take, especially when you get a conventional education and then you get some sort of a master's degree or a doctorate, that's a lot of invested time. And there's opportunities that are available for people with those degrees. And it's a general course that you've been on. You're on a path. And if you're on that path, it's very difficult to work by yourself. Work for yourself.
Well, you're also leaving out the immense amount of debt that most people accrue at a really young age in their life associated with those paths.
Yeah, and you can't get out of it. It's the most evil shit ever.
A couple friends who are lawyers. Actually, to this day, I'm yet to speak to a lawyer, and I'm sure that they're out there. But resoundingly, the same thing they say to me is, if I didn't owe so much money in student loans, I would do something different.
Yeah.
They don't enjoy it.
Yeah. There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people like that live their life in that way, and it sucks. And it's, but yeah, it's very difficult to not live like that, but it is possible. But it's about the path that you take. If you continue on the path of working for other people and wish that you worked for yourself, nothing is going to change. But you can escape.
Yeah.
It can be done. People have done it. Many people have left the corporate world and started businesses and started doing things for themselves they love doing, whether it's a hobby, whether it's knife making, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
A lot of people have done it. It's just not easy to do. But it is, in this day and age, easier than at any other time because of the internet. Because you could post cool shit on the internet and then people share it and then people contact you. And the next thing you know, you got a thriving business. It does happen now more than it's ever happened before. There's a path to do it if you create things. But, it's certainly easier said than done. And again, the path that most kids get put on from primary school, from high school, from college, most of that path is in entering the workforce, entering business, entering some occupation. And generally, you're working for someone when you do that.
I think I have 0 seconds of education past high school for clarity and barely met the bar to graduate high school, so everybody can take what I think about education with a fucking grain of salt. But the predatory lending around education to me, I think should be completely revamped and illegal. I think it
Yeah.
saddles young people with a debt where it limits their options so deeply that it makes working for yourself, unless you're just doing it in the microscopic amount of off time that you have, almost impossible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very hard. And the sick part is that they're taking these young kids and they're doing it in a way that they not only do they have these loans, but if they go bankrupt, they still owe those loans. This is the one thing that no matter what you owe. And why? Why is that? Why? How come you can lose a house and lose a car and lose your money, but you can't go bankrupt and
Write off student loans.
and write that off? It doesn't make any sense. Like you can write off credit card debt, you could write off business losses, you can write off all these things. You go bankrupt, and there's a penalty for bankruptcy. Your credit sucks. You're fucked. Very difficult to get a loan. Very, very difficult for people to trust you again. You have to earn that trust back. And even then, it's always going to be a stain on your record. But you can do it. People have done it. And a lot of people have done it. A lot of people have filed for bankruptcy. Big famous people have filed for bankruptcy. Big
presidents.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Chapter 11s. They've gotten out of debt. But you can if you own student loans. If you owe student loans, you're fucked.
I wonder why that is. I'm sure there's a justification for it.
They love you and they want you to be responsible.
Probably not the terms I would use.
That's what it is. It's love. It's all love.
The
The United States just wants better people all around, and they know that if they pay for everything, you're just going to be a fuck off and smoke meth. And
So you were saying that, but before we started, you were talking about how you think that society is as close as it's ever gone to just circling the bowl.
yeah, we were talking outside. I think we're as close as I've ever experienced to a complete societal collapse, and I don't think that people recognize how close we are. Because if the whole country goes the way San Francisco and Portland have gone, we're fucked. So what we're doing right now, ladies and gentlemen, is sexy voice, sexy mode grok AI, and it's been flirting.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of the Joe Rogan Experience and the legendary Elon Musk, then buckle up, because we've got an electrifying deep dive into his latest podcast appearance. We're talking AI, space, government inefficiencies, and of course, some mind-blowing personal facts about the man himself. So grab a coffee, smash that like button, and let's get started. Elon Musk is no stranger to the dangers and promises of artificial intelligence. In his recent appearance on JRE number 2281, Musk revealed some jaw-dropping insights on AI, stating that it could surpass human intelligence within just a year or two. That's right.
No job is needed. You can have a job if you want to have a job for sort of personal satisfaction, but the AI will be able to do everything.
By 2029 or 2030, AI could be smarter than every human on Earth combined. Now, that's a reality straight out of a sci-fi movie. Musk's take on AI isn't all doom and gloom, though. He acknowledges that AI has the potential to be an incredible force for good. Think about it. AI could help solve complex medical issues, automate boring tasks, and even create revolutionary new scientific discoveries. But here's the kicker. Musk gives it an 80% chance of being good, and a 20% chance of, well, wiping us out. Casual, right? He likens AI to a genie in a bottle. Once it's out, there's no putting it back. And here's where it gets even crazier. Musk talked about his AI project, Grok, which is designed to have a sense of humor. Imagine an AI that doesn't just answer questions but cracks jokes along the way. But he also warns about the risks of AI being manipulated for misinformation and propaganda. Just imagine an AI that can generate entire news stories, fake social media profiles, and deep fake videos, all with the intent of misleading the public. That's a scary thought. What do you guys think? Is AI going to be our greatest ally or our biggest nightmare? Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you know Elon, you know he doesn't hold back when it comes to government inefficiencies. In this episode, he slammed the sheer waste and red tape that plague bureaucracies. One of his biggest gripes? Millions of deceased individuals are still receiving Social Security checks. Just one example of how outdated and inefficient government systems are. Musk believes the government is simply too slow to keep up with technological advancements. He argues that while tech companies innovate at lightning speed, the government is still stuck in the past, using decades-old systems to manage data and finances. Oh, and let's not forget the NGOs. Musk argues that many are just extensions of government funding, keeping the cycle of inefficiency alive. He suggests that many non-governmental organizations, despite their name, are deeply reliant on taxpayer money, creating a cycle of dependency rather than real problem solving. This is a topic that sparked a heated discussion with Joe Rogan, who also expressed frustration with how bureaucracy slows down progress. What do you guys think? Do you agree with Musk's take on bureaucracy? If there's one thing Musk is obsessed with, it's getting humans to Mars.
Yeah, I mean, my view is we should move to Mars, or not move to Mars, we should have a second planet to preserve civilization.
And on the podcast, he made it clear, it's not a matter of if, but when. He emphasized the need for rapid reusability in space travel, a concept he's pioneering with SpaceX. And let's not forget the challenges, like developing a heat shield that can survive re-entry. According to Musk, the key to making space travel affordable isn't just building rockets, it's about making them reusable, just like airplanes. Think about it. If we threw away a plane after every flight, tickets would cost millions. That's why SpaceX is working relentlessly on perfecting reusability. Musk believes that establishing a human presence on Mars is crucial for the survival of our species. Think about it, a backup plan for Earth. Imagine a future where humans are no longer confined to one planet, but instead, we're an interplanetary species. The biggest challenge? The sheer cost of getting there. Musk estimates that in order to make Mars colonization a reality, the cost per person has to drop to around $100,000. That might still sound expensive, but compared to the billions it costs right now, it's a massive leap forward. Are we on track for a Mars colony in our lifetime? Let's hear your thoughts. Now, let's take a step back from rockets and robots and talk about the man behind it all. Here are 5 insane facts about Elon Musk's personal life that you might not know. He's a father of 14. Yep, you heard that right. His latest child, Sheldon Lycurgus, was born to Neuralink executive Siobhan Zilis. Musk believes in having a large family and has often spoken about the declining birth rate as a major global issue. He created his own school. Dissatisfied with the education system, he started Ad Astra, now Astronova, focusing on experimental learning. This school doesn't follow traditional curriculums. It's designed to teach problem solving and critical thinking, preparing kids for the future instead of just making them memorize facts. He uses ketamine for mental health. Musk has openly discussed doctor-prescribed ketamine to combat occasional depression. He believes in the importance of mental well-being and has spoken out about the need to explore alternative treatments for mental health conditions. He's a low-key musician. Remember R.I.P. Harambe and Don't Doubt Her vibe? Yep, those were Musk's creations. He even spent time in the studio working on electronic beats, proving that his creativity isn't limited to just technology. He's a hardcore gamer.
200 million gold? I think that's like, what can I give you?
Titles like Elden Ring and Diablo IV are among his favorites, and he's even admitted to hiring account boosters to level up. Yes, even one of the world's richest men sometimes needs a helping hand in gaming. So what's your favorite Musk fact? Let us know in the comments. Now, despite being worth a mind-boggling $343 billion, Musk has ditched the billionaire lifestyle. He's sold off most of his mansions and now prefers a simple living space near SpaceX. His home? A $50,000 prefab house designed to be ultra-efficient and compact. He says he doesn't need a giant house, he just needs a place to sleep and work. But here's the plot twist. Tesla's stock recently took a major hit, causing Musk to lose over $100 billion since December 2024. That's an amount of money that most people can't even fathom, but for Musk, it's just another day in the volatile world of business. Despite this, he remains one of the richest people on the planet, constantly shifting between the number 1 and number 2 spot, depending on market fluctuations. Does that mean he's struggling? Not at all. He's still the richest or second richest person in the world, depending on the stock market swings. But what do you think about his minimalist lifestyle? Is he truly living like a monk, or is it just another strategy? Elon Musk never fails to give us something to think about, whether it's AI, Mars, government inefficiencies, or his own wildly unconventional life. If you love this breakdown of his latest Joe Rogan interview, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And hey, before you go, drop a comment below. What do you think about Musk's AI predictions? Are we doomed or destined for greatness? Let's get the discussion going. See you in the next one.